Alright guys, so don't worry. Like I said, we went over why you lose strength during a cut. However, I am here to help you and reassure you that there are things you can do to prevent that from happening to the best of your ability, right? So let's get into it, shall we? Rule number 1, keep your protein intake high. Like I mentioned in the previous video when we're talking about cutting, we want to aim for around 1 to 1.2 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight. This will simply just help us preserve as much muscle or lean muscle mass as we can. Let's put a green check right by that one. Point number 2 is we want to continue to lift heavy. Like I also mentioned in my previous video, when we're cutting, we don't want to just pump out reps at this kind of intensity and doing 15 to 20 sets of rep, or 15 to 20 reps per set, right? Obviously there's a time and place for going that high. I know the Tik Tok community nowadays doesn't like to do anything over 6 reps on accessories and things like that, which is kind of full of blasphemy. It's kind of blasphemy. Guys, it's blasphemy. However, I still like to incorporate some higher volume sets just to get a pump, but obviously that's not going to be my working sets. So we just want to continue to work or lift heavy. I recommend doing 2 sets per movement in the 3 to 8 rep range. If we are doing more of a compound lift, right, that's going to be more on the lower end scale for our reps. If we're going to do more, I mean, obviously you can still do 8 reps on squat, bench, or deadlift. It's going to be a lot of volume on those compound lifts though, but we just want to aim for around 3 to 8 reps to make sure we're keeping our intensity high, to continue to let those muscles know that, hey, we still want to train intensely, we still need all this muscle mass to push this weight. So we want to still aim for just 2, sometimes 3, 1 to 2 to 3 sets of around 3 to 8 reps, just to keep that intensity high. And let's put our green check there. And then, like I just mentioned, that just reminds our body that we still need this muscle mass. So let's keep the lifting heavy. Point number 3, let's time our carbs pre and post workout. I actually read a study that these 2 different groups or whatever, and then the group that only consumed protein after a workout and not many carbs lost on like 65% muscle mass or whatever, compared to the group that consumed carbs after a workout. So carbs are still going to be a crucial and important factor when we're cutting, but obviously we're going to be not eating as many carbs because we're in a caloric deficit. So just timing our carbs pre and post workout, just to make sure that we're eating around 25 to 40 grams of carbs before and after workouts, because that's going to still help us give us that energy we need when we're about to go train, and then just replenishing those glycogen storages post workout to just continue keeping those glycogen storages full. Simple as that. Let's put a green check mark right over there. 3 points down. So point number 4 is just getting enough sleep. This is probably the most important one, because training can be on point, diet can be on point, everything can be on point, but if we're not getting enough sleep and not recovering, everything's just thrown out the window. So we need to get enough sleep. That needs to be one of the highest priorities when we are trying to hold on to our strength during a cut. I recommend around 7 to 9 hours. Obviously everyone has a life, everyone has jobs, but if you are young and you're working part-time or whatever, get that sleep, man, get that sleep in. So just try to aim for 7 to 9 hours. Use your time efficiently throughout your day. Our body likes to recover when we sleep. Our CNS likes to recover when we're sleeping. Our muscles like to recover when we're sleeping. So this point is to not be neglected. Like I just mentioned, it's probably one of the most important points, if not the most important point, when talking about how to preserve our strength during a cut. Poor sleep will tank our strength more than anything, faster than anything, so do not underestimate just getting enough sleep. So let's put a check mark over there. And then right here, point number 5, is just using your refeed or diet breaks. Like I mentioned in the last video too, when we're cutting, it's not going to be a linear progression down. It's also not going to be one day make or break. We're going to have days where we are eating in a maintenance, because we need to just give our body a break from that cut. And it's not going to hurt us, guys. We might wake up a half a pound or a pound higher, but guess what that is? It's glycogen and water. Why? Well, first off, we're going to eat more carbs if we're eating in a maintenance than our caloric deficit intake. So our glycogen naturally is going to be higher because we're going to have more glycogen in our muscles. But then guess what? Glycogen also holds more water. So then when we're having a refeed day, we're not putting on really fat all we're doing is just adding more carbs into our muscles, glycogen into our muscles, which then hold more water weight. So don't wake up, or so don't have those times where it's like, oh shit, I woke up a pound heavier, I'm so much more fatter, I just put on another pound of fat. No, you didn't. You just have glycogen storages that are up here, which also carry in water. Simple as that. And then this is just also going to help us reduce fatigue and prevent more muscle loss. Let's go ahead and put a check right over there. Hopefully you guys can read because I know I'm standing in the way, but use your refeed or diet breaks, and then that would just be every couple weeks, 1 to 2 days here and there. And then the final point is just you have to accept that small drops are normal, right? For example, I was 253 pounds, benching 475, benched 405 for 6 last week. I'm dealing with shoulder injury, so I'm just trying to get back to it, but I was only benching 405 for 2, maybe could have got a third, probably could have got a third. But anyways, normal drops in strength are just gonna happen. They're bound to happen when we're at a lower body fat, when we are just at a lower body weight too, from all the other things that we mentioned previously. But just know that it's normal, it's okay. You don't need to stress about it. Do not put more stress on yourself, because stress is one of the most crucial things that go into just how good a training session is. So don't put more stress on yourself. It's normal to have small drops when we're cutting in strength, but we shouldn't be falling off a cliff, right? We shouldn't be plummeting down. That can also be an indication of either a poorly managed caloric deficit or cut stage, or just something that we did too fast and we just had more of an aggressive cut. But it is normal just to lose some strength within a cut. It's just bound to happen. So don't be too hard on yourself. We just don't want something that's, you know, just going falling down the cliff, man. We don't want that. Cut smart, train hard, stay strong. Cutting doesn't have to kill your strength, guys. Fuel your body wisely, continue to train hard and intensely, and recover like it matters, guys. Take recovery seriously. And then as always, drop a like, drop a comment if this helped you. If you have any other tips of other videos you'd like me to go over to put things in simple terms for you. If you're struggling with something, please let me know. Always happy to do this. This is fun, obviously. It's not the best. I know my handwriting's not the best. I don't have the cool graphics or drawings. I'm just trying to give you guys simple answers to certain things within the lifting community, the nutrition community, all that stuff. So, and like always, guys, hit that subscribe button, drop a like, leave a comment. If there's anything else you'd like me to go over, drop it in the comments below. And yeah, because I just like to do these videos to put things in simple terms for you guys. And anything to do with lifting, weightlifting, powerlifting, nutrition, any of that, cutting, bulking, whatever the case may be, leave a comment if you have a question about something and I can make a video on, or I'll just respond to your comment. Either way, please drop a like, drop a subscribe, and yeah.